guys, it's Sky bringing another video. So things with me have definitely been a lot better. My personality has gone up completely because of always having more of a positive outlook. And what's crazy for me with what I've been able to do lately is nothing has really changed. What's changed is my mentality and how I approach things. Before, like if somebody did something to me, I'd feel so hurt, and I would always I would wonder why they did that to me. I would question everything. And the one thing that I've been really been able to fix so far, because there's always a way to go back. Like if you can't keep that consistent positive mentality, then it's really hard to not go back into the way you were. So for me, I'm telling myself, if I see myself approaching a situation and like always finding a reason, why people hurt me, I just, I focus on the positive things and realize that just like me, everyone has flaws and faults. Everybody does things, and it's easy to take things personally in this world. It's easy to get hurt by things. But when you're able to just, move past that, then, that's what's important. If we worry about too much about what people think about us, if we worry too much about how we're not good enough for people, it can become very, miserable, and you can become very hateful and just unhappy and depressed. I've done that a lot of my life. I've felt at times that I was insignificant, like I wasn't worth, being loved. Instead of realizing that we're just all different and we're going to connect with people differently, I should have surrounded myself with more positive people. This is way back, at the beginning and, before previously. Like I never, everything I did before, I was just trying to make everyone else happy. For me, I always hated confrontations. What's weird is I'm not like a scared person, but I just don't like confrontations because it gives me anxiety, and I don't like that. It makes me very uncomfortable. I've been in confrontations, and I've started fights and things like that, but it was never part of my personality. And a lot of what I've struggled with is just not being myself and just accept who I am and, do the things in life that I enjoy and be myself instead of being something, that makes somebody else happy. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. This is your one chance. And, the people that really care about you are going to support you no matter what. For me, my biggest struggles was within myself, of not being confident, of not just accepting who I was and my personality, and realize that the right people will surround me that actually, believe in me, that care about me. So, it's been a very interesting year, and I've been through a lot, but I've also grown a lot this year. Before this year even happened, I thought I got to a place where I never thought I'd be possible, and I was proud of myself for getting there. And I wasn't where I wanted to be yet, and I still struggled this year. But looking back and realizing what I was able to improve on and, where I am today, it makes me feel that much more stronger. I have grown a lot, and I'm actually, for the first time in my life, finally proud of myself and grateful for who I am. And more than ever, I'm starting to make changes in my life for everything, for the people around me, for my friends, everything. I've really started reaching out more to people on asking what it is that I struggle with, because, we all have our own struggles, and we have things that push us away from people. And for me, my biggest thing is just my insecurities within myself of who I am and what I've been through. It's not necessarily because I'm transgender. It's more of like my path that I walked down in life and how long it took me to, not be a coward in a sense and just be myself. I allowed the world to control me. I allowed, other people to make me feel like I wasn't worthy of being happy. But I've really changed that, and I definitely feel proud of who I've become. Every day I strive to be a better person, and the one thing that I do that I've really improved on is taking accountability for my own actions and realizing that the mistakes I make to the people around me, the people that I'm friends with, and why I push them away to the point where maybe sometimes people don't want to be around me because I would get negative, and insecurities definitely brought that to me. So it's been a interesting journey this year, but I have become a better person. I'm starting to take accountability for myself and realize that I have more to give to this world than I ever thought. Not everybody will see that within me, but the people that care about me, the people that believe in me, that's what I live for, and that's what makes me happy. When I went into this, before I started making YouTube videos and streaming, the one thing that only mattered to me is if I was able to help one person out, it would be worth it. And here I am 5 years later with streaming and everything. And, what's crazy is the people that have supported me are the ones that helped me get to where I am today. And for that, I'm forever grateful. There's nothing I can ever repay people for helping me get here. I never really had much self-esteem throughout my whole life. And that's changed tremendously, not because of it does help that I transitioned and I'm comfortable with who I am, but that more comes from not caring what people think. To some people I won't be attractive and some people I will. And everything in life is based off perspective and people's opinions. So, I'm just going to be myself, be positive, and, and if I ever do get in a situation where I'm dating, I or pursue that. Where before, I couldn't figure things out in my life, and I just didn't want to bring somebody into my life that, I couldn't give my full attention to, somebody I can give my full heart to. So, for me, I thought it was selfish to date. So that's why for the past 4.5 years, I've been single. I haven't been searching. And financially, I think it's irresponsible for me to date somebody when I can't really contribute the same way, as they are to, our relationship. I've gone on dates with people and, I feel bad because they, offer to pay for me. And, I know how everybody's opinions are. And for me, it's just, that's how I've always been. And it's always made me feel crappy not being able to contribute. I like to be respectful and fair. So, and everybody's different. So, just because somebody doesn't make them a bad person. It just, for me, if something makes me feel uncomfortable, if something bothers me, then I'm going to address it and I'm going to be different than others. But that's not me being critical of people that aren't like me. And I think that's what's important in life, is to realize just because somebody's not like you, or, doesn't mean that you're right, they're wrong, they're right, you're wrong. For the most part, like I've said, everything's based off in this world opinion. So, I'm going to continue to be positive and work on things that I need to work on, because I want to take that into accountability, because I do want to be a good person. I do want to be a good friend. So, that's what's been important to me lately. as you can see, I'm not wearing a headset right now, so it's kind of nice. The last video I had didn't have a headset on either. You know, it's not always going to be able to be like that, but, you know, there's peace and quiet around here, so I don't fully have to, you know, make sure I concentrate. That's why I like wearing the headset, because I can listen to music and I can, you know, just kind of zone everything out and just focus on this video. But when things are quiet, it's nice. You know, I heard the kitties here and there, so, you know, nothing I can do about that. They always try to sneak in here for a YouTube bomb. You know, they're always trying to get over here and get attention. So, you know, but you guys, I'm definitely a lot more happier. It's really changed significantly once I opened up to people and, you know, shared my emotions. And I think it's going to be positive with my family, you know, because we're the type of family where, you know, everybody keeps things to themselves and we don't really communicate with each other, so we don't know how each other feels. But given recent situations that we've gone through, and from my last video, you know, I go through things, but, you know, instead of before where I just push away from them or, you know, the person that hurt me, I have gone to them and wanting to understand each other. You know, I care about my parents more than anything, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. You know, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have anything in this world. So just like I said, just because people don't physically get along, you know, doesn't mean they have to hate each other. You know, everybody sees the world differently, and I'm grateful for what I have. You know, and like I said, there's a lot that I need to work on as a daughter to them. And, you know, it goes every direction. But I think when the people want to actually change things, when they want to understand each other, you know, that's what's important. You know, instead of, you know, for so many years just letting things go back to the way where they were after any disagreement, you know, that is never healthy. And I think that's why and that's on my part too, for not opening up, you know. So, you know, and I want to change that. I want to change the things in my life, because I think, you know, after the last couple weeks, the last month or so, you know, I see things differently now. And I think that's important because, you know, I'm motivated, you know, I'm eager to get out and do more. So I'm excited. I'm excited for August. You know, I am going to be looking into getting another job with my YouTube and streaming. So we'll see how that all goes. I'm motivated on all these, you know, everything I want to do. Just because, you know, I go and work somewhere else, you know, doesn't mean I can't still pursue the dreams that I have of possibly one day modeling or, you know, doing that. Where before, you know, I was thinking about giving up, like there's never a possibility. But after all these years, I'm kind of disappointed myself to feel that way. You know, it might not ever happen, but you know, I'm not going to have regret. I'm going to continue to strive towards the things that I want to do. You know, I want to go back to, you know, I want to go to makeup school or cosmetology. But there's also, you know, I'm so motivated on trying different things. And I guess the reason why a lot of these things are coming up and why I'm so eager to do them is for so long, you know, I never thought anything was possible. You know, I never thought I would have any of these chances of, you know, doing things that excite me now. So, and, you know, I just need to pace myself. I need to realize that, you know, it comes with hard work, you know, success does. So I just need to focus on the things I want to do, you know, and no matter what, I think anything is possible. So I might be tired a lot for a while, but if you want things in life, you know, you got to push towards it. And I'm going to do everything I can. So I plan to in September, hopefully after, you know, getting this job and everything, getting a gym pass and just being more active, period. I think that's important for me. I think being busy a lot will definitely, you know, help me even more feel positive and not feel like, you know, I'm just wasting my life away. So I hope everything goes good, but I want to let you guys know that, you know, things have definitely, like I said, been better. I recently got a new phone. I had this last phone for like 2.5 years and it's been cracked. So I finally was able to get up and do that. What's funny is the guy that helped me out there, he, we got in conversation about work, and I don't know how it came up, but he asked me he asked, because I was like, oh, he's like, what are you going to do when you get home tonight? And I was like, oh, I'm probably just going to work. And he's like, work? And I was like, yeah, I stream. And he's like, oh, that's so cool. And he was just talking to me. He has an Xbox account. So it ended up getting to the point where he's like, yeah, I play Fortnite. I don't really have anybody to play with, Most of my friends play on PlayStation. I was like, oh, well, hey. I wrote down my gamer tag and everything. He's like, you say you do Twitch, right? Hey, give me that name too. So I gave him all my information. So he said he was going to message me. So, see how that goes. But, interaction with people, it has changed with me. I have more confidence when I talk to people. Where before, I'm not really shy, but like I said, I didn't really have confidence. So, and being positive and being sure of yourself, is definitely something that people find attractive. So, and hopefully I can continue that. And what's crazy is the fact that I'm like that, like even with the female worker that was there, she was like, we were talking and just having a good conversation. Like, it was just cool to, being able to finally conversate with people and being comfortable and happy. Things have changed significantly in that area, because before, like I've told you guys millions of times, I didn't even like talking, and I never liked doing presentations. I never really could stand up and talk to anybody and have confidence. So things have changed, and hopefully I can continue this, and I'm excited to see for once where my life goes. I believe that I have the strength and the positivity to, do something. So hopefully I can continue down, this good path, because, everything in this world, things happen that disappoint us and can take us, down and depressed. Me, I've struggled a lot through my life with depression, and it's always been constant, So lately it's been really crazy because it hasn't been there much in the last month. And for me, it's extremely surprising, because I didn't think something like that was possible. So the fact I've been opening up with people, communicating, tell them my struggles and how I'm feeling, and them being there, has made me feel so much different about things, and realize that, what led to me being so depressed in the past was my own fault of closing myself off from people. And always being stubborn and saying I don't need people, when that's exactly the opposite. I think it's important to have really good friends around you to help you see the things when you're struggling. Because when you're struggling, you have, at least for me, I get insecurities more, and those insecurities lead to more depression, and not having anybody around you that, can give you confidence. It's hard, and you kind of feel like a loner, and like no one cares about you, and you can really, it could lead to your own depression. So, and I'm taking accountability for that. I'm making sure I work on everything. And when something does happen, I need to look at it from all sides and try to be a positive person, no matter what the outcome is, no matter what somebody says to me. So, that's what I continue to work on, you guys. I will continue to share, what I'm going through. I'm trying to get to the point where I put out a vlog every Friday. The last vlog I put out, I've put out a couple of them in the last month. So I have been getting better, and I will continue to do that. But just know I care about you guys, and like anything, I'm just trying to get on, figure things out in my own life and sharing that with you guys, because we all go through struggles. No one's alone. We all have flaws. We all have things we want to work on. We all want, to find our place in this world. And I want to share that with you guys, because there's been so many times where I didn't think that anything good would ever happen to me. I didn't think that I would ever feel strength and happiness within, with who I am. And where I am today, and what I've been able to, really work on to change and become, I feel amazed that I've become this beautiful woman that I never thought was possible. I always thought it was a dream. And, You know, everybody's going to have their opinions, but that's doesn't matter as long as you have happiness within inside for yourself and what you're doing in this world. So I love you guys. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, it helps me out. If you want to know more about my life, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next video.